less young ones coming afterwards because we have less children in more developed countries, even more than in emerging countries, then there's a disbalance. We are not sure how much money will be there once we retire. We can see this already in Germany or in Austria. You maybe retire with 5,000 euro salary, but the day you have your retirement, maybe you just earn 2,500, which is half of it. So from one day to another, you just earn half because the government cannot pay this 100% what you earned before. And then we also don't know how long we will live. We will live actually usually longer. So you cannot count that with 60 you will retire with 65. Governments will gradually increase this. Maybe you have to work until you're up 80. So think about it, make a plan. It's really important to think, how long do I want to work? How do I want to work? How do I want to age? And you see our cat here as well, it's getting older as well. Yeah, we should think about how we can afford food for them. And then we have the third very important topic, which is actually touching us right now. And we're still not aware of it, how much it is. It's about the AI, artificial intelligence. It's the innovation that basically changes all of our industries. And this topic of job security, this term, where you can really say, I'm sure the next 10, 20 years I will work in the same job. That's not really existing anymore. And with AI, it's changing even faster in any industry. So we don't know if in 5 years we maybe have to switch the job, or we are getting laid off, or we actually want to take a year of sabbatical and say, hey, I want to rethink myself, take a year off, study something new. So if you are planning this or even not, like, you need a kind of a cushion, you need some money that supports you in those times. So those are the reasons why you have to develop an investment mindset, where you have to think every month, every week, what should I do with my money? Just letting it lay around, burning away, is not a sustainable solution.
Before we go forward, it would be interesting to share that those three topics that maybe with people that you already are involved in finance, or like you are interested in the topic, you already like familiar with, but it's very, very important to mention them because those are the keys why we have to start acting. And that's like when we talk with friends in a coffee shop or like with what family, we need to tell them that we need to take responsibility and action with our finance. It's not just like, oh, it's so good to have so much money saved. My grandma used to say in Catalan, qui no guarda quan té, no menja quan vol. That means like, who doesn't save when you have money, you will not eat when you want to eat. That's a really like a war, post-war mentality, right? And it's true. Like, well, when our parents were saving money, this money can keep in a box or in a bank for years, and then when you take it out after those years, had the same value. But like, I mean, most of you are living in Spain, and you know how are the prices rising. Just, I don't have to say even the 20 years. I just have to say 5 years ago, buying a beer or buying a or going for a restaurant, what is your average ticket when you go to a restaurant? So you don't have to be you don't have to have an MBA in economics to understand that the economy, it's like it's getting worse if we don't take action.
Yeah, a great example. Thank you, Gladys. And yeah, basically in school, we learn some basics about finance, but not about our personal finance. We learn to count, we learn the topics of supply and demand. In university, you maybe have a specialty course about statistics, which doesn't help you at all to think about your personal finance. But then we have a source that we can actually go to, but it's also, of course, not that always as reliable. It's friends and family. I personally have received good financial advice, but also not so good financial advice from friends. So the only person we can really rely on in financial education is ourselves. And we know how it is. You go out there on YouTube, you find a lot of information, really good one, but there's also a lot of gurus.
Guys promoting things with a Lamborghini.
Exactly. So there's
Be
a
good to
lot of
trust these people as well.
there is a huge wood out there with information, and you have to really go through it and find the right thing. But let's go a little bit in this topic about where do we get our first financial education? It's our parents. It's the people we look up to because they care for us. And I'm sure if you do a survey here and you can give a thumbs up, then it's like, if you ask them, what should I do with my money? They will say, save as much as possible. Put it in a bank account. Just keep it because whenever you need it, you have it accessible. And the money in general, the bank is also usually kind of safe. It will be there. The second, what they will say is, you should get a real estate. You should get your own house, your own flat, because you should live in it and that's secure. And when something happens, you always have the place where you can go home. We understand that's normal for our parents for a generation before because home ownership was easier. Doesn't matter where you live right now, if you're in Vienna, Barcelona, Mexico City, you know, in big cities, the cost of apartments are rising. And for our parents, a century ago, or a few centuries ago, was much easier. So getting a real estate was, of course, a very logical thing for them to do. And also in the banks, if you left money in the bank, you got up to 10% in return. So maybe inflation was sometimes higher as well with 5%, but still you made money when you left money in your bank account. Now it's not like this. You lose 3%, and now in my Wise account, I get 1%. So still I'm losing money. So that's basically the advice we get. And the only thing that they had as well as an access was like going to the bank and talk to some local guy who told you to invest maybe somewhere. You were not sure if they are selling their product or not. So that you should think about, like, this is your life and this is a different generation. So yes, we love our parents, they give us good advice, but you should always rethink if their model, if their concepts, if their thoughts and their fears and motivations also fit your lifestyle and your decisions and how you want to design your life in the next 30, 40 or longer years.
Also, it's important to mention that